6-string jumbo guitar. And Hawaiian koa pretty much comes in 2 different varieties. This is truly spectacular. This is master grade all around. It's a stunning guitar. And this is also Hawaiian koa. Still a beautiful guitar, but certainly not this. And the story here is that this koa, with all the nice flaming in there and figuring, we call this flame when we talk about it, or it's also known as curly. And the maple guitar over there, it's known as a quilt right there, and it has like those nice round burls in it. This grows above 5,000 feet in Hawaii, this wood. And something with the air and the moisture and the conditions are just right to give it this figuring to it. And pretty much what happens is, a family will have a house somewhere on a mountain on their own property. You can't go and harvest koa. It's much like Brazilian rosewood. You can't just go cut it down. But if you do go to Hawaii, if any of you have been there, you'll notice a lot of the buildings are made out of koa. That's their indigenous wood. Just like we use a lot of spruce and pine around here in the home construction because that's what we had. 100 years ago, that's what was in the forest here. And you go to Hawaii and you see these beautiful koa homes, you're like, how many guitars could I make out of this house? So what will happen is when these logs fall, when these trees fall in Hawaii, a lot of times the families will just take the log and they'll put it away somewhere nice and dry and make sure it stays preserved and doesn't rot and doesn't get bugs in it.
Hide it from Bob Taylor.
Hide it from Bob Taylor until they want to retire or until maybe someone needs to go to college in the family or the family needs some money. Then they'll call. We have certain people that will give us a call and say, hey, we found some koa for you. So what'll happen is, we'll go and we'll check out the log, and you're buying a log. You're buying literally a round log of koa, however long it is, and you write the check for it, which happens to be about $250,000 for a log of koa.
Before you get to look at it.
And you don't know, because you're looking at the outside of this log and you're assuming, okay, well, we're at 4,999 feet, and that's what the book says, which should be good. It doesn't work that way, but, you could open up the log, and while this is still beautiful, it's not this. So if you ask Bob Taylor what his most favorite part about guitar building is, he'll say, cracking open the log. Because as soon as he cracks open the log, he knows what kind of guitar he's going to be able to build out of it. He knows what kind of tone, just knows what he's going to have then. And sometimes you get jackpot, and you get something beautiful and gorgeous like this, and just totally amazing. If you can't tell, we're really into wood at Taylor. We see thousands of guitars every year, and we still get excited about things like this. And then other times you get, something like this that's still very usable and still has some beautiful figuring to it. And then other times you get ukulele wood, cheap ukulele wood, because there's some beautiful ukuleles that look like this, but then there's also some inexpensive ones. So it's a mix, and you really don't know what you're going to get, but the check's already been written. So that's one of the reasons why a koa guitar, when you see it and the pricing on it, is really related to how figured the koa is.
Also, it's a great investment because realistically, koa is going to be gone in the next 10 years or so. I mean, it's not going to be around forever. So realistically, if you do buy a koa guitar, guaranteed 10 years from now, you see them on eBay, it's going to be worth more than you're paying for it, just because of the scarcity of the wood.
And tonally, koa is going to fall somewhere between your maple and your mahogany, typically. Some koas will sound a little bit richer than a mahogany. Some will sound a little bit brighter than a maple even. But for the most part, you can count on koa finding a voice somewhere between the mahogany and the maple guitars. Any questions on the tone woods, or maybe a tone wood that we haven't